G'day, welcome back to my 6th video. My name's Peter. I'm a forklift licensed assessor instructor here in Australia. Today's subject is about things you plan for other than hazards. Now you need to get your head around this. This isn't the assessment. It's all about planning your work before you start your job. Planning is a very important part of starting your day. I have a series of videos here that shows you what happens when you just jump into the job, no planning, no anything. Before we start the videos, please remember to like and subscribe. The first video, there's not much to criticize on it. They're doing a very good job. You can see that they've planned everything out before they start the job. Let's run the video and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now you can see a truck backing in with some sort of large machine. They've got the right machine for the job. It's a heavy forklift with a heavy machine. Obviously they've planned the situation prior to getting the truck in. He's loaded in. Obviously they've planned their route inside, how they're going to get the machine in. I think they're doing a very good job on this one, other than the fact that the guy's not wearing a seatbelt. So he planned his route before taking the load up. Now let's have a look at the difference when you don't plan your route. This one's a bit funny. He has a minor accident, but let's watch it. You'll see what I mean. You'll see the difference. He's backing his truck up. Puff. Hadn't planned a thing. Punctured the tyre and ripped the tyre. Had a minor accident, but he didn't plan anything. That could have gone a lot worse. He had trucks in the area. He didn't plan how he was going to get in and out of there to pick that load up. It was a large load. So planning your route are some of the things you need to think other than hazards. Now the next one, thank God no accident happens, but part of your planning is where are you going to set up barricades? Do I need barricades? Now if you look at this next video, there's no barricades, no nothing. There's a guy standing right next to that forklift. If anything happens, that guy could be seriously injured or even worse. Let's have a look at the video. He's standing right next to the forklift while it's driving. He doesn't need assistance. The forklift driver does not need assistance. Now for whatever reason, if that load wasn't stable, he's right next to it. Remember here we've got a 3 metre rule. Do not stand within 3 metres of the forklift while it's operating. Okay, so nothing happened there, but it's still a dangerous situation where he should have set up some barricades in the area. Now this next video is an accident waiting to happen. The right equipment. Do you have the right equipment to do the job? Now if you have a look in here, I wouldn't say he's got the right equipment. You see someone's lifted him up on a forklift, changing light globes I think. But look at the contraption they put up there that he's standing on. Unbelievable. If he slips, someone's going to get hurt, seriously. So, do you have the right equipment? Is one of the answers in the question. The next video is, does your fork have the capacity to lift the load? Does your forklift stable when you're carrying that load? Let's have a look at the next one and you'll be able to answer that question yourself in this video. There's a guy, he's lifting the rear end up. He's trying to lift something up in there. I don't think he's got the correct capacity for the machine. He's got extended tines on, the loads are so far out. Now that's another accident waiting to happen. Not safe at all. Not safe at all. Now this next video, I'm glad I'm not the one cleaning the mess up. Again, do you have the proper equipment to do the job? Now let's have a look. I don't think he's got the proper equipment. I don't think he's planned that out at all. And I am glad I'm not the one going to have to clean that mess up. No, and that's dangerous. I mean, you got pieces of God knows what falling down everywhere. You know, making a mess, going to damage the machines. Obviously that machine can't fit in there properly. I'll be using a reach truck in that situation. I wouldn't be using a counterbalance forklift. Now this next one. Have you set up your exclusion zones? Do I need exclusion zones? Let's have a look, see what happens and why you would need exclusion zones. You can see the guy driving into the back of a truck, probably that's all okay. The guy's walked into the area, as you can see. He's backing right out, obviously not looking where he's going as well, but being that guy in the area. Oh, how lucky is that man? How lucky. He nearly became part of that pallet. So, do you need to set up exclusion zones? Stop people coming into the area that you're working with the forklift. I said he's very lucky he didn't get hurt. Extremely lucky. Now the next one, communication. Who would you communicate with in the work area? Why would you communicate with these people? Well, let's start with who you would communicate with. You would communicate with the truck driver, wouldn't you? So he knows what's going on. Let's have a look at why you would communicate with the truck driver. Have a look at this next video. He's driving on the back of the truck and the truck decides to take off. He hasn't even been loaded or unloaded yet. And again, that man's very lucky he didn't get seriously hurt or injured. Communication. Communicate with the supervisor so he knows what the job is or what the plan is that you've set. Communicate with the truck driver so they know what's going on. Communicate with your colleagues so they know what's going on, where you'll be, where the forklift will be. The next one, load stability. Is your load stable? Is it well balanced? Is it going to move? What's going to happen to your forklift when it picks up? What's going to happen with the load when you pick it up? Let's have a look at the video. Have a look and see if he could have done this a different way. He's obviously got a double lifter. He's picking up 4 pallets and obviously that load wasn't stable enough. It fell over, lucky no one was standing underneath or there wasn't any equipment around that it could have landed on. So is your load stable? Is it well balanced? So it's all about what do you plan for before you start the job. It doesn't have to be at the start of the day. The supervisor, your boss, is giving you another job to do. Stop there, think it through before you start the job. Do I have the right equipment? Has my forklift the capacity to lift that load? What's the route I'm going to take? Who would I need to communicate with? Do I need equipment in the area? E.g. like barricades, bollards, maybe signage. Thank you for watching my video. Remember to do my questions at the end. Go to my community page and you'll find the questions there. Go through each one of the questions. So far there are 6 questions there, 7 questions there. I've added now, there'll be more when I add these ones on. When I add these videos up, there'll be more questions for you to do. Remember to like and subscribe.